Hello, water signs. This is going to be your love reading for February 2017. I combined all the water signs. If you want to know the order, I first did Scorpio, then I did Cancer, and then I did Pisces. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. When I asked for the cards that Scorpios needed to know about love in February 2016, I got the Knight of Cups, which tells me this is you. If it's not you, it's somebody who's coming in with a love offer. And that could be anybody, especially considering this is a general love reading. But I'm always drawn to this card as a Scorpio. So I think this is you, and it also represents somebody who's coming in. And so the person who's coming in is a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I have no idea what it would be like for a Scorpio and Scorpio to be in a relationship together. But I do know that Scorpio's best match is a Cancer, because I'm a Cancer. So it could be Scorpio coming in, but with the fish, it's a little reminiscent of Pisces. But just look for a water sign. If this is you, you may already know this person, and maybe you're giving them an offer of love. And you or this other person are both, considering how your water signs are very emotional and romantic, sensual. There's some passion here. You guys have a really good connection, like a soulmate kind of a connection, okay? You have that spark that a lot of people don't have. So I'd like to hear some of your stories in the comments if you do know this person. I pull another card from a different deck. Yeah, from a different deck. Just as I guess like a clarifier card to make sure that what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing. And I got the Hanged Man in reverse. So normally, this talks about suspension and all that kind of stuff. Well, in reverse, it talks about being a martyr. And I would advise against this, okay? Because that can wear out quickly with someone. I think you're indecisive. If you are going to offer somebody a love, you just don't know if you should, if it's a good decision or not. It's possible you could be interested in more than one person. I mean, Scorpios are very magnetic. And you're just not really sure who to choose. This talks about delaying. I mean, this is a delay, obviously, but here in reverse, it also means delay, so I guess it didn't really change. So you're trying to take time to make the right decision, which is very Scorpion-like. See, when it's upright, it talks about careful planning. But here, it's not really like you need time to plan. You need to see yourself differently. Nobody likes to hear that. You need time to see what you could change about yourself or what you need to change about yourself. Basically get a whole new perspective. Maybe not about yourself, maybe just about a situation. Say that you were going to offer love to someone that you've known before, and the situation didn't end very well. And so maybe you need some time to determine if the situation was really just a misinterpretation by you. Okay. I do know that Scorpios tend to jump to conclusions sometimes with jealousy. So if that was an issue, maybe if you go back and look at the situation, you'll see it a little differently. But it says, whatever decision you make, it's going to bear fruit because of the vines and leaves, okay? But yeah, you're going to have a new perspective. You're going to see the situation differently. And in order to do that, you may have to sacrifice some beliefs you had before. Maybe you just know of this person, but you haven't actually been with them. And so you have to sacrifice a first impression you got based on hearsay. Or if you did know this person, but you didn't get to know them, then you may need to backtrack and say, I was probably wrong about this person. I was going through something and I let my intuition be masked and I didn't really want to see anything anyway. So yes, you may need to let go of some previous beliefs about a person. And I think if you do, you'll see that you'll make the right decision. But basically, it's time to renew and go forward. You can renew an old relationship, renew a current relationship, and go forward. And this talks about resisting blaming others. Yeah, okay, so whatever situation you've had, whether it's in a current relationship or a past relationship, you've had a time where you've been blaming someone else. And perhaps the situation is, and the new perspective is, you should have been blaming yourself. I don't really see Scorpios doing that. And please don't, show your famous or your infamous vindication or vindictive behaviors on me. I'm just interpreting the cards the way I see them. Let's see. Upright talks about letting go. And I think that means let go of a situation. In reverse, it means let go. But it's talking about let go of an outdated or a wrong belief or a wrong perspective. And so at this indecision, you're trying to wait and make a good choice. And it says you're at a crossroads. If you've perhaps left an ex in favor of seeking a relationship with someone, you're at a crossroads. You just don't really know what to do. So this says you can think about it, but he's hanging upside down. Okay, he's the hanged man. So don't take forever in this indecision or this suspension, because you know what happens when you hang upside down, right? All the blood goes to your head and it hurts and you get a headache. Okay, so don't take too long. And I pulled some advice cards. Sorry, something on my boob. The first advice card from the Romance Angel Oracle cards, the advice was express your love. So yeah, you want to tell somebody that you want to renew something. You want to give them an offer of love, romance. You want to be charming and flirty and be with them. And it's going to be something real. Pay attention to your dreams with this Knight of Cups, because your dreams are going to let you know and help you with that indecision. It says, go ahead, Scorpio, and make the romantic gesture. Do it. Don't stay in that indecision, because you're going to get a headache. You're just going to overthink things. And I know you're prone to that overanalyzing. Okay? So, do it. There's your decision right there. The next one, the reason you could be indecisive is due to your work life, finances, and career. This isn't really advice. I think it's more like clarification. Perhaps your situation financially is interfering with your love life. Maybe you think you need to have more money before this person will want you. And if that's the case, then they're the wrong person, okay? Then your decision's made for you anyway. But it could just be that you're so busy with work. You make a lot of money, or you make a decent amount, enough to live off of, but you work hard for it, and so you think you don't have time for someone. If maybe there's a long distance thing with the Hanged Man, there could be some distance, and that's why things are delayed or suspended. It's going to talk about, well, your job's where you are, and you think you probably can't change locations and keep this job, and perhaps their job is the same way. So that could be a delay. But, the card said express your love. Okay, go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid. Take a chance. There's no guarantee of what will happen, Scorpio. But if the cards are telling you to do it, then I'm assuming it's going to go down a very loving path, okay? That's it for you, Scorpio. Moving on to Cancer. Hello, Cancers. This is your love reading for February 2017. I had to pull a lot of clarifiers for you. Seeing as how I'm a Cancer, I really like to understand the Cancer readings. Not that I don't care about the other water signs, because I do. I'm a big fan of water signs. There are just some things that didn't make a lot of sense to me, and I just want to clarify what I was thinking. Okay, the first card that came up, I think this signifies you because it's a water sign, Page of Cups. Page means offers of love, messages, invitations. So you could be getting a love offer from a water sign. Not necessarily. I mean, water signs go well with water signs, so that would be awesome, okay? That might just be for some of you. Some of you, this could be about self-reflection. This is what that talks about, meditation. And this also, just like Scorpio, this talks about paying attention to your dreams and your intuition, because that will lead you down the right path. And in this reading for the Cancers, there is a path, like a right and wrong, okay? So pay attention to your dreams and your intuitions. That's going to help you, especially if this is a love reading. Well, I mean, not a love reading. If this is an offer of love. Of course this is a love reading. Okay. The next card, which is the a clarifying card, I got the Temperance in reverse. But, boo. Nobody likes the Temperance in reverse. Because temperance means balance. And when it's reversed, that's imbalance. It's just the opposite. Something to excess. You could get a love offer, and they are just very, very overeager. Okay? And that's usually a sign that something's not right. Okay? So if you do get in this relationship, it could be with a person who's imbalanced. They could be crazy. And I would think it'd be with emotions, because the angel is almost always pouring water back and forth between cups. Here it's not water. I don't know what that is. Do you guys know what that is? It's supposed to be water. And I think of water, I think of emotions and intuitions. So this person doesn't seem to be very balanced. They could be a water sign with the water. Since it's not water, it looks kind of like wood, which would be earth. So it could be earth sign. I'm really stretching there, okay. Yeah, either they're unbalanced or they would make you unbalanced. And no matter what's going to happen, this relationship is going to be short-term, okay? The decision will be very hasty, and that almost always leads to short-term. And it's going to be a little stressful. If you take this path with this Page of Cups, I mean, not only does it represent you, but it also represents the person coming in. Sorry, I don't know if I clarified that. If you go with this person, the path will lead to imbalance. And you don't have any other path to take other than the refusal of this path. It says you'll have conflict with others, because they're imbalanced. It says it could be that the situation. Okay. Wow. Okay, a little bit of new insight. When I did the reading for Scorpio, Scorpio was making a love offer, or was getting one. But if Scorpio is making a love offer, it could be to Cancers. A Scorpio may be coming in, seeing as how this could be a water sign. And perhaps they're not imbalanced. They could be. It's not for sure. But what if you've known this Scorpio before? Like I've said before, Cancers and Scorpios are actually the ultimate astrological match. They're supposed to be soulmates. So, if a Scorpio from the past comes in, it may kind of shake you up a little bit. or the situation that you've had previously was imbalanced. It just wasn't working out. Nothing went right, okay? And this talks about you need to express any conflicts you had or ones that you will have if it's not a ex coming back. Any kind of conflicts need to be expressed clearly. And mostly if it is an ex, it says you have to just kind of argue, get that heated conversation out of the way to clear the air and set some new guidelines, new rules, new boundaries. But if it is somebody new who's coming in who's just a little imbalanced, you're still going to have to express your conflicts clearly and, argue. But you may not want to lay down new guidelines for this person because I don't think it's going to do anything. Okay, but that's kind of a strange clarifying card. So I decided to get some more clarifying cards. I got one, and I was like, I don't know if I like that one, but I'm not going to take it away. So I asked for another, and 3 came out. Oh, wait, that's not you. That's them. Ooh, almost put the wrong card in there. And I got 2 more. I was wondering why I was like 3 didn't fall out. All right, so the first one that I got was the 6 of Cups in reverse. And the reason I didn't like it at first is because I was thinking it was a different card. But it's the 6 of Cups, which I pulled it out of the other deck. See, this deck is confusing to me, but I use it to clarify things. It's this one. They're in the boat. They're going from choppy waters to calm waters. Almost like the ferryman for the River Styx. He's escorting this woman. Is that a child? Yeah, and a child. So that makes me think of childhood, the past, history, kind of like the... Oh, wait. That's what I did. I did this, you guys. I did it again. When I went and looked for the card with the picture, I got the swords. Why didn't you guys tell me? Okay. So 6 of Cups. I don't have the picture now. I don't want to go through the deck on live camera. I'm not recording this video again. The 6 of Cups is the one where you see the older, taller, I think it's a male child and a younger, shorter female child. Oh, just laughing at myself. At least I recognized it, okay? Yes, I know these are not the same. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm a big dork. Okay, so. Oh, I don't even need that one anymore. Bye, Felicia. Okay. So. Oh, sorry, I won't waste your time anymore. The 6 of Cups is talking about the kids, and it's in reverse. So when I see the 6 of Cups in reverse, normally this talks about reunion. Okay, upright. It's in reverse. So it kind of says that you're stuck in the past. Yeah, this is an ex, and it could be a Scorpio. You're stuck in the past. You were naive about the past relationship. And this is past lovers. So here, they're still in the past. It's just you were naive. You weren't innocent. You were naive. And you were unrealistic about the relationship. You didn't really see it for what it was. And you're reminiscing. You're having nostalgia about reuniting with them. This can talk about freedom, the freedom to move on. And I'm very sorry, Cancers, but I think this means that you're not getting back together, okay? Because here, the card specifically said if you take this path, it's going to lead to imbalance. And that's not fun. And also this makes me think somebody's being childish. Not you. I think the other person. The ex-lover. And you have a history together and it's significant. It doesn't have to be long. It could be 2 days. But it was really significant. But this says that you need your freedom. You're never going to be balanced until you let it go. You can, it looks like you can be in a relationship with this person. You can reunite. but as if the cards are saying you shouldn't. Okay. Perhaps that's why the cards had me mistake this. Because instead of going from choppy to serene, you're actually going to do the opposite. You're going to go from being calm and peaceful to choppy, imbalanced, rough waters. That could be why they had me pull this, purposely pull this, and just I was blind to what kind of a card it was. Yeah, so I'll keep that in there. Not too bad. It's not all over yet. The next one I got was the Three of Cups in reverse. These are just, all these are in reverse actually, these clarifications of clarifications. Three of Cups upright means celebration, an end. Not a bad end, but like a completion. You'll also have assured happiness. Here, this also talks about an end. You've achieved an end. It could be an end to the imbalance. Possibly, perhaps you do work it out. But I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing that, well, if you think about this, okay, so the next clarifying card is just the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I'm going to bring that up real quick. Because in, you know, the numbers, this is the 9. So before that, you have the 7 and the 8. Wait, this is 10 of Pentacles. So you have the 7, the 8, and the 9 that come right before it and lead up to the 10. 7 is where you have this like unrequited love, this treasure that you're just gazing at that you can't have. And it's just where your heart is. And then 8 of Pentacles is where you're working really, really hard at something. Perhaps you're trying to win over this person who's your unrequited love. And then you get to 9, and that talks about being single and independent, like a culmination of things. You could be over investing in work. It also talks about you can sacrifice your love for your work. And then you get to the 10 of Pentacles, and this one in reverse. I lost it. Okay. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. See, that's why. Oh, here it was. Okay. Can you see that? This is what the regular picture looks like. See, if I don't have the universal, I completely forget what I'm doing. So there's the 10 of Pentacles. You see a man and a woman, couple, and they have a kid and some dogs. They're just a family. There's even an older man. So there's a whole family, all kinds of generations together. 3 generations, actually. And they're surrounded by the 10 of Pentacles. 10 is the number of completion. A cycle has ended. And they're happy. Yours is in reverse. So this could be that the cycle isn't over, or that the cycle will end, but you're not going to be with that person in this happy, contented relationship. Okay? It will be over. So that's what I see for this. Taking those away. Going back to the Three of Cups in reverse. When it talks about having an assured happy end in reverse, I think this means you're going to have an end. But it's not, I would say sorrowful, but I'm going to say you're not going to be celebrating, okay? And when I think about this as well, if you take this path that leads to imbalance with this person, possibly an ex, you know, it's too hasty, you're going to have conflict, and you're just going to have to express your conflicts clearly, get the argument out of the way, and then perhaps it will be less imbalanced and be less stressful. But that's the only way you can solve the imbalance. But if you can't solve the imbalance, I think this talks about it's going to be a dead end. This talks about endings, but since it's in reverse, I think it's talking about a dead end relationship. So the advice card, which we can finally get to, from the Romance Angel Oracle cards is stay optimistic about your love life. That's not very, I mean, it almost seems like here's all this bad stuff and then stay optimistic. But, you know, it says positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So if it doesn't work out with this other partner that's coming in, a water sign, possibly a Scorpio, or an ex Scorpio or an ex water sign, be optimistic because somebody's coming. Being positive will help bring them in. And if you do happen to be in a past relationship, or you're going to be in a past relationship that you're afraid will be imbalanced, the only way is to just clear the air, get everything out of the way, put all your cards on the table, fight, whatever you gotta do. Maybe have some great makeup sex, especially if it's with a Scorpio. My goodness. All right, that's it for you, Cancers. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Now moving on to Pisces. Pisces, hello. This is your love reading for February 2017. The first card I pulled for you is a little bit of a somber card, okay? This represents you and your love situation. It's the Five of Cups. It talks about being melancholy, being sorrowful, but all's not lost, and it happened for a reason. There is something that remains behind. You're looking at all this loss, but there is something that remains behind. You're just not really, you don't care to see it, or you're not wanting to see it. But, you know, you've been hurt, you've lost someone, or they could have been betrayed. But something's lost. However, all is not lost, okay? Because you gained wisdom from this. You can use this pain as a catalyst to grow. And sad to say, it could be you're sad because an ex-lover is not returning. And you can't move on. You're not going to reconcile. And you're holding on to those relationship memories, okay? The clarifying card I received is the Knight of Swords upright. And Knight of Swords talks about judgment, being wary of over displays of emotions. Okay, Pisces. I know people talk about you being over emotional, and it could be true. So here with the Knight of Swords, this is talking about your thoughts and taking action. And look at me, he's leaping forward. He's running. He's hasty. So you could have been, in the past, been too hasty and rushed into love, and you were almost overwhelming to the people who really did like you back. But it was too much for them. It was an over display of emotions. And I think this is telling you that they were wary of that. Okay? It could be that this is telling you that you need to be wary of over display of emotion. And I don't see why you guys would be, because you love that stuff. But perhaps there's somebody out there who's more emotional than you are. I'm not sure. But you want to be flirty and charming. Or somebody who's flirty and charming is coming in and they're charging at you. But, okay, yeah. Because you're usually emotional, this person coming in, it represents a lover in this reading. The person who's coming in is flirty and charming, and they're going to woo you. You're going to swoon. But this person doesn't like over displays of emotion or passion. So if you do that, this is warning you that it's going to put them off. And I'm not saying don't be yourself, because that's not good advice ever. But I could say tone it down. Okay. And it also talks about weighing the pros and cons of a relationship. And that does make sense because, you know, there's some pros and cons with these cups. When you meet this person, or if you're already in the relationship, talk about where you stand. Let them know what you're thinking. If you tell them what you're feeling, try to keep it concise. You could think that your lover is too critical, but really, Pisces, you're probably being oversensitive, okay? And I can say that because Cancers, which are what I am, we're oversensitive. And we can take things too personally without even knowing it. And we'll defend it to the death that we aren't. But you could think they're too critical of you. And perhaps they're just saying, you know, I don't really like this, all this emotion stuff that's going on. It's too much for me. And you think they're saying something bad about you when they're not. They're just letting you know that they're not into that. Okay, so he rules the heart. I forgot about that. I think that's him. Oh my goodness. If you look at him, I don't usually use this deck, so, well, I don't usually use it it's mostly clarifying cards, not the reads. Oh my goodness, he looks like he's asleep. If he's charging ahead and he's asleep, it's like a runaway love offer. Wild horses. Ooh, okay, so he rules the heart. And this could be representative of a Libra because of the sword. Definitely not a water sign, okay? Could be Aquarius or Capricorn. Aquarius and Libra are both air signs. Capricorn's an earth sign. Earth signs and water signs go really well together. I don't know of any air signs that go well with water signs as far as an actual real-life relationship. But I don't think that would be... This may be why you're having trouble with this person, because they're more analytical and into their intelligence and thoughts, and you're more into emotions. So opposites do attract. So if it is an air sign like a Libra or an Aquarius, you'll have to work some things out. But it just says, you know, he's going to get to know you. He or she, doesn't really matter about gender. They're going to get to know you and you're going to get to know them. But then, in the negative aspect, this talks about a person's on a pedestal, but then they fall off. So either you see this person as on a pedestal, and then when you find out that they're a little, they're not as touchy-feely as you want them to be, they kind of fall from this place of being the perfect lover. Okay. And you may have just really high expectations for this person. On the other hand, they could have put you on a high pedestal, and then when they saw how emotional you are and they're wary of that kind of thing, that you fell off the pedestal. Or you will fall off the pedestal. One of those. So just weigh the pros and cons about being with this person to decide if you even want to be with them. You may decide, well, you know, I need somebody who's emotional like I am. So let's just cut our losses, call it quits, and move on. All right, the first card, advice card I got, which doesn't really seem like advice, but it was, okay, honeymoon. It says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So if you're in a new relationship, or you're going to be in one in the future, you're going to have a honeymoon period. It's going to be great. If you just got married, congratulations. Opposites do attract. And as long as you guys work out your differences, you know, good for you. Congratulations. So basically this tells you that at least at the beginning, you'll have some good times. And it may be worth it just to kind of date around and get to know people. The second card I got, it really does seem like advice. It says, let your friends help you. So here you were sad, and it could be you were sad because you were charging in hastily, and people were just wary of how emotional you were, and so you've ended up alone. And what you desire is to have this honeymoon time, and you're not getting it. It says, let your friends help you. Maybe they'll set you up with someone. Maybe they'll comfort you. Yeah, just ask for support and accept it from other people. Okay. That's all I have for you, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed your reading for February 2017. Leave comments in the in the section below. Let me know how the reading resonated for you, and if you had any clarifications on something that might have been in the reading. All right, my advice for your love life is to be happy.